And then this is the bad one right here. Got it. So, there, that one did pop a little bit. There's the shake, that's good. And you're gonna shake just by watching. Might as well start with Kyoshi. And Kyoshi's how old? And tell us the breed for people who don't know.
She's an Akita, should be 12.
The other dog is Karma, and Karma's 8.
She'll be 8.
And also an Akita, and they come from the same bloodline,
yes.
Right? Okay, great. What's the goal of bringing them today? Like, what were you hoping to do today?
More maintenance work than anything.
Okay.
Just to keep them loose, a different style of adjustments than what they're used to.
Okay, good. Which is the one that gets some seizures?
Kyoshi.
Okay. And how often do you see that?
Once a month.
And how long do they last?
Typically
8 to 10 minutes. Does she fall down, or are they standing? Like, what position?
She goes down and stiffens up and drools.
And then, is that just the one episode, or like it could be for a day, it just keeps happening?
No, she just usually averages once a month. She's had 2 in a month before, and sometimes she'll go months without one.
Yeah.
She's on Chinese herbs, she's on CBD and all that.
And then when did it start? Has it been most of her life, or was there a turning point?
Probably at like 5 years old.
And it never happened to Karma? Okay. So I just want to ask if I could work with you today. Would you be okay if I check you out? How do you feel about that? Is it okay to start?
Yeah.
Okay. I always like to ask. So let's do first, we're going to tilt the head up. Right about here, it really meets a lot of resistance. She's an older dog, but I bet I can bring it up a little bit more if we release the neck. So I don't mean bring it up more just by ripping it, but get a more freer range of motion if we earn it by loosening the right spots. Let's do right lateral flexion now, and just see a little stiff in that direction. When the dogs are younger, the nose will come all the way to the rib cage pretty easily. But, part of it is she's 12. Notice this one came all the way. Here, shoot from down top, from up here. You could see her. She does come all the way to that side. So it tells me there's some restriction on the right lateral flexion, because as they come here, that's as far as we get. Now I'm going to bring the nose down. And a lot of hesitancy down, so I don't want to force it. Again, I want to open it and then recheck it, right? You're such a great dog. So now, feel up here, Michael. So this is the wings here. So here's the space, and then right here are the big sides of the atlas. Here, loosen your hands up. These things are the wings of the atlas. So the atlas is the top bone, and on quadrupeds, they're much bigger. On us, they're like little nubs, and they have big wings, whether they're a horse or a pig or a dog. Because of the position, they also need their head to be suspended. While my head is sitting on top of my rib cage for the most part, they're hanging out. So they need larger attachments, so their bones are bigger on the sides here. They have bigger protrusions. The actual anatomical name is not the wings, it's called the transverse processes. And so then I look for the space between the transverse process and the occiput and see if they're even. So if I slide my hands down here, I'm looking for the spacing. And the first thing I notice is the left side is tighter than the right. You try it too. So I'm just looking at that space between those big wings, those nubs. Yeah. And it just feels a little tighter on the left. Right. Not much, like a tiny bit, like a half a centimeter tighter. So I'm curious about giving it a nice adjustment, rechecking it, also checking her range of motion. I also want to look at a lower cervical on the right to get right lateral flexion, and then we'll see what we have. So we're going to start there if that's okay. No? I'm going to have you hold, because she's really strong, her neck muscles, so tilt her this way a little bit. That way I can use 2 hands. One more. Got it. All right, so now let's feel the spacing now. Here, you do it.
Yeah, this is it.
There's more space, right?
Yeah.
Now I also want to do posterior to anterior on the posterior arch of the atlas. So There, that one. That one did pop a little bit. Look at her bring her head up now. So watch this. Do you see the difference? Do you remember it was to here and it kind of stopped? Look at, she's got full range. And, but look, we're getting range of motion all the way down now. We got rope motion all the way up, past 90 degrees. That's like a young dog's neck. And let's check right lateral flexion. Goes all the way now. Yeah, the atlas is even now. So I like that. So coming between the edges of the shoulder blade, T3, 4, and I'm looking for a spot that might not be undulating or moving or have joint spring the way it should. And I'm going through each and every segment. And I'm just comparing it to the one above, the one below. Like here it feels a little tight. So what I'm feeling is I'm feeling a nice bounce till I get to here. And here, Michael, you could touch right here between me. So you hold it like this, like thumb and forefinger. So this area feels rigid to me because once we drop a little lower, there's a nice bounce to it. And go even a little lower, there's a nice bounce to it. But up here, feel this one. This one feels posterior and rigid. So that's the one I want to adjust next. Now let's check our work. You probably can't even find the bad spot. It's not sticking out as much.
Okay.
Do you feel it?
Where exactly?
Well, you can't find it, that's what it is.
No.
It was so obvious where it was before because it was posterior or up in the air and very stuck and hard and rigid, and now it feels like all the others, which is what I want you to say, like, where is it? We don't want to feel something obviously not comparable to the ones near it. And I'm coming a little bit down. You know, this takes time because this dog has been through a lot of surgeries and has had a very active life and really such a great dog. And so now this is the thoracic lumbar junction. So the thoracics are ending, we're getting into the lumbars, and this is an area that many quadrupeds will get arthritis. So you look at the x-ray, whether it's a horse or a dog or a cat. I might put my leg underneath to give it a better platform. That way when I push, she's older, I don't want her to like just, this way we have stability underneath with my leg. There we go. Come back, baby. And then this is the bad one right here. All right, now I'm in the lumbars, L1 through L7. Then you can tell where you are because you'll feel these two bumps here. Here, feel this bump here. You can rub it like this. That bump is called the tuber sacralis. There's one on either side, and that's the edges of her ilium. So the pelvis has two iliums and a sacrum in the middle, but if they're easy landmarks for me to find, then I come to the middle and I'm on the sacrum. I'm at the top of the sacrum, which is called the sacral base. And her sacral base is it's making her weak too. So when I push this, she goes right into, oh, it just popped. It popped without me doing anything. So I was right on it and just went pop. Okay, got that one. All right, so let's check your back leg. So I'm gonna hold you, okay? So you don't have to worry about it. And I'm just checking range of motion, okay, Michael? So I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Checking the hip. Now I'm massaging into the hip. Do you do some massage too on your dog in the hips?
I do laser therapy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, every day.
So
And the SSE loop.
Oh, good. So you do a lot of good stuff. So I'm just massaging into here. Feeling the hamstrings and the quads for atrophy, but her legs feel strong on the right. Let me check the left side. Quad, hamstring. extension. Yeah, do just a little bit into the hip from what I saw. The kneecaps are in place, everything's good. Let's check front legs next. I'm gonna pick up the front leg, front left, okay? That's fine. That's fine. Well, let's bring the table all the way down and see if she wants to shake. So before you touch her, let her wander around. There's the shake. That's good. And you're going to shake just by watching. How do you feel that went?
Good.
Is that okay?
Good. Yes, it was good.
Do you feel it was thorough too?
Yes, yep, very good.
Quicker than your old chiropractor appointment, right? Karma's slightly bigger in size? Or there's
She just looks like her coat's a little bit fluffier.
She does like it. So is it okay if we work together today? Is it okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's start with range of motion. So we're going to bring your head up. And that's all you want to do. That's pretty, that would, normally I'd be happy, but now that we saw what your older sister's doing, we might as well see if there's anything else. Let's, to improve upon, right? We see what's possible. It doesn't mean it's her maximum. And here's a right lateral flexion, and that's tight. And here's left lateral flexion. Ooh, at the end she jerked away. So I got about 90% on the left and about 70% on the right. So now we're gonna bring her nose down, and I'm working really soft. And I find the left tight on this dog too. Okay, so I'm gonna switch sides again. And angles are really important when you adjust any animals as well as people. So I wanted to have my arm come on this plane. So that's why I had to cross over to the opposite side of the body. And I might have you hold the head there like you did before. A smaller dog would be easy for me, but I want to get some leverage. So I'm going to double up my hand like this and pull down to create space. Here, bring over more. Got it. One more. Didn't get it all the way. There, I think I got it that time. Feels pretty even, right? Might be a little left to do, so I'm going to tap it with the single prong. So I'm going to just push the atlas straight down towards her tail. So we call this cranial to caudal direction. Okay, you try it now, Michael.
Yeah, it's pretty evenly spaced.
Yeah, and before it wasn't when we started. Okay, good. So now I'm going to do this right across her posterior arch. So I'm going to have you tilt her head up. And keep going. And then bring it down. And I'm going to do the C5 now in the base. C6, C5. And now bring it up. Keep going. Now try it.
Yeah, more movement there.
An easier movement, right? Now bring her head down. You do it yourself. That's pretty good, right? So now we're going to go into lower cervicals. So first I'm going to do straight from P to A. Then I'm going to come in sideways to get some more lateral. So one of the things I do is I brace here and I bring the head all the way and it touches. Do you see that?
Okay.
Then I do this way and I bring the head all the way around and it almost touches.
Okay.
So we got, the right side was worse. That one's better now. Do you see though, like it does complete the range of motion? And there's still a knot here, so feel this one with your thumb. So that one you could work at home too. But now let's check this side now. I got it. So now we're up here at the withers, T3 through T8. We think withers on a horse, but dogs actually have withers too. Okay, so I'm finding something right here now. So this area is pretty good on you. And now I'm gonna go into here if I may. Good. Good. Okay, that one needs a little extra. And I do want to do the base here, which we didn't do before. Okay, so next, okay, we're gonna do leg extension. I'm putting my leg under there so she doesn't have to hold herself up on one leg. And I did leg extension and forward. And here's abduction. Adduction is towards the midline. Ooh, that cracked.
Her fascia lata is holding that ligament together.
Yeah.
It was a weird type of surgery that they did.
Yeah, to hold they make a sling almost, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not, that's why I'm holding her totally up with my leg. And now I'm just massaging.
But the left knee, I think you'll find more stiffer because of those plate and screws.
Yeah, so it's plates and screws on the left knee. Okay, let's do the other side now. Yeah, so this side's definitely stiffer. And I'm just checking range of motion, I'm checking hip rotation, I'm on the phalanges now, or the toes, the hock. The knee is stiff. Is that a flatulence?
No, cough or something.
Cough.
Massaging in here, checking the rib cage. Let's check the front now. Those are good. Let's try the other side. That's good. All right, I think we're done. That's her shake.
Yeah.
All right, so we did some different things today. I know this is a longer, slower video, but I hope you got something out of it and see how I do work. And it depends on the dog. Like sometimes I'm working with a snappy Chihuahua and I got to get in and out of there quick because we only have a few seconds before we all get bitten. These dogs are so obedient and calm and well-mannered that I was able to really thoroughly go through really everything. And we saw some nice changes. I'm curious to see how Kyoshi does with seizures. Maybe we'll see some changes there. I did the best I could, and that's all I try to do. Thanks for watching me work on Kiyoshi and Karma. If you want to see me work on their owner and dad, Mike, head on over to House of Chiro, which is my other channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe, give a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you. I got both sides.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.